Everyone, Dan Savater here from Merge Your Data, and today we're going to be going over the power of HubSpot datasets. If you have not explored datasets yet and you have Operations Hub Pro or Enterprise, please go check them out. They're incredibly powerful. If you don't have Operations Hub Pro or Enterprise and you watch this video and you want to upgrade, look at our website. We have some specials going on that you'll probably be interested in. So take a look at that. Let's get into it. If you go into the little data management icon over here, and then you go down to datasets, you will pull up the datasets tool. And so the power of HubSpot datasets is reducing the need to export all of your data into a separate tool or into a spreadsheet and analyzing it in there. You can instead build out customized data models inside of HubSpot directly using HubSpot's data. And then you can also add in CSV files as an additional source while building out these data sets. Then you can use it in reports and dashboards. And the beautiful part and the real power of HubSpot's data sets is the cleanliness that it enables inside of your HubSpot instance. Before, if you wanted to do certain calculations for reporting, you have to build out custom properties. You have to build out workflows to populate those, to manipulate data. So you end up building these really, really weird solutions inside of HubSpot. But with data sets, instead, what you get are properties that are calculated or aggregated inside of the data cell only and data set only. And then you can use that inside of reports so it doesn't dirty up all of the properties across your objects, and you can get to your analysis directly inside of HubSpot. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to show you a little bit about data sets and the power of them because of the different calculations that you get. If you are not working directly inside of HubSpot and you have someone working for you inside of HubSpot, then this is something that they should definitely check out if they're having trouble with reporting on certain things, because it makes a lot of stuff more doable. Obviously, if you don't have someone and you don't want to spend the time learning this, reach out to us. This is stuff that we do all the time. We can help you strategize around exactly what you need to report on inside of HubSpot, how we can build this in an efficient manner, and how your team can use that to actually create growth inside your organization. And so when I'm creating the data set here, you can see that we have all of the HubSpot data set or data sources that are listed. You can see custom objects that we've added, custom events as well. And then you have actually additional things that you probably don't see inside of the standard reporting feature inside of HubSpot. You'll have these service categories right here: conversations, feedback, submissions, messages received, messages sent. You'll have these sales little sections here. I think there are additional ones outside of the custom report builder inside of HubSpot. And then on top of that, you also have CSVs here that you can upload. So you'll be able to upload the CSV, join that with your HubSpot data, and then really get going. Something that I see a lot for the CSV use case is sales routing or sales territory designations. And so if you have something super complex and maybe you're not routing any workflows inside of HubSpot based off of territories, maybe you are, and you just want to report on the territories and their performance, then you'll be able to upload a CSV with that territory information and then join it to the contacts by the contact owner or something like that. But let's get started here. So we're choosing the primary data source. And so I'm going to choose contacts here and click on continue. And you'll see here that HubSpot pulls up this little interface. It'll tell you the amount of rows that it has. It'll give you a preview of some of the data. And then what you can do is you can either click on join another data source, or you can click on the plus button here, and then you can add another data source. We're not going to add CSVs for this example. We're just going to use the standard HubSpot properties. So let's say that we also want to add in deals. We'll do that. Click on continue. And then you'll see this little icon pop up where you can manage the join. HubSpot starts with a standard left join, and then you also get the option of an inner join. There are not options outside of that. So if you're familiar with any BI tools, you'll know that you have different join types, and they're useful for different situations. In HubSpot, right now, you're limited to this. Their backend, I believe, is Snowflake, and for whatever reason, they're limiting what types of joins you can do. It's probably based off of something to do with the Snowflake configuration. If I'm to take a guess, it's a complete speculation. Then what you can do is you can also customize your join further. So you can either use the association labels. So we have agent to agent, or we can use a join key here. So we can choose any property from the contacts table and then join it to a table key on the right. So let's say we want to use something like company name and then join it to the deal company. We could do that here. Why would you want to do something like this? Let's say that you have bad data quality and contacts aren't associated with companies 100% of the time, and then the deals aren't associated 100% of the time to companies. You won't be able to get to the right answers by just using those standard associations and not using a join key here. And so we can filter this down. In this example, we can filter this down by just matches between contacts and then deals that have a company name, deal company that matches the company name. And so we can just narrow down the amount of data that we're working with. And we can also cover the gap a little bit in terms of maybe when associations aren't 100% perfect. And so then you would just click on update join. I'm not going to customize this join so we get more data in here. And then I'm going to click on update join. And now we have our data set here. I'm trying to think, I think I might have messed up there in terms of covering gaps. You still need to have these records associated, so it won't provide any additional gap coverage in that situation, but it will help you narrow down the amount of records that come in this join. And so you can even keep adding to this. We can add in another object here. We'll do companies. We'll just keep this real standard. And you can see we're starting to build this more complex data model that's not possible inside of the custom report builder. We can continue to add more joins to, let's say for the deals, we want to see, I don't know, something like calls. We could do calls here, random. And then we can join these together, deals associated with calls. We don't have any data in our demo account, but that's what we can do. And then we click on next. We can do add suggested properties or start from scratch. I am going to start from scratch here. And then you can see where the real power comes in the configuration of these data sets. You can add derived fields. And so we have a formula field here. We have a conditional formula field. We have switch cases. We have summary measure fields. And this summary measure one is real sweet because summaries are notoriously difficult to report on inside of HubSpot. When you have specific rows, you can't really modify it too much. And so you get stuck with how HubSpot wants you to analyze the data. With this, you can aggregate in different ways. You can create spreadsheet style calculations so that you're doing row level calculations. And it just opens up the possibility for what you can do inside of HubSpot. And so I'm not going to go too much deeper, or I'm not going to go any deeper into this because it's something that you need to explore on your own. You can see you can see the features here that data sets open up. You see how it can reduce the need for custom properties because instead you can use calculated properties, formula fields inside of your data set so you don't have to create it on the object itself. This is super powerful. This allows you to stay inside your CRM, and HubSpot's whole thing is trying to get you to operate within one platform and simplify how you operate your business. This does not replace complex situations where you're using tools like Snowflake, like Tableau, like other BI tools, and other types of data architectures where you're pulling in data from a ton of systems, but it takes a huge chunk of what people typically do with HubSpot data, and it allows you to do it inside of HubSpot itself rather than exporting it. Hopefully you found this video useful. I'm Dan Savater from Merger Data. If you want some assistance with setting up these data sets, understanding how you can use them, and then going even further with Operations Hub, make sure to book a call on our website. The link is in the video description below. Thanks for watching.